Friday, students. All right, I'm just going to go over the sketch that I did yesterday with my Thursday students. So I hope you guys have a great day, and there's references on my desk that you'll need, several for you to pick from if you weren't here yesterday to do this sketch. If you were here yesterday, you can do your research on which animal you would like to do your sculpture of and start planning maybe what kind of sticks or materials you might want to collect. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see this group on Tuesday or Wednesday. Bye, guys. Okay, so we want to break this animal down into shapes, and we especially want to look at the relationship between, you can see here I'm looking at where on that knee does that first circle on the head come. They do a nice job on some of these sketches and putting where each knee joint and ankle joint is. And you can see as I draw this, I'll make some changes, and it's not going to look right the first time that I draw it. But I'm just making each of those shapes. Keep in mind where the shapes flare out, like on that thigh where it gets a little bit bigger, not too much bigger. And after you do this, you'll kind of want to go back and correct things. Some of the student suggestions that I gave my students yesterday were to take a picture on your phone and look at your drawing, or look at it in a mirror to see if you get it or not. So here I'm just kind of looking at some of the different sketches, noting which direction the legs are going, how close are the legs to one another, and then I'm coming back to my drawing. Now when I look at this drawing, I realize that something looks really wrong with his body, and by analyzing where the top circle was by his head and the other one that's down by his back haunches, I could tell that that circle on his backside was too high, because when I actually looked at it, the circle is lower. So I had to go back later then and lower that circle there, you'll see. I also noticed his head looked a little funky, so I ended up having to erase most of his head and go back and draw it. This is all normal. The reason that we have a sketchbook is so that we can practice, because honestly, this is one of my first horse drawings. So I had to go back in and I have to learn this animal. Another common mistake students make is how long the legs are compared to the body. So if you take a ruler or even just your pencil or fingers and measure how long the legs are compared to different parts of the horse, you're going to be able to teach yourself those things. So why are we sketching when we're doing a sculpture? Because you're going to have to get these proportions and ratios correct with your materials. And it's sure a lot easier to erase a drawing than it is to redo a sculpture. So that's why we're practicing the form of the horse. And when you pick your own animal, I would encourage you guys to make a horse, but if you really want to try a different animal, we can definitely do that too. On Canvas, if you haven't seen the Deborah Butterfield movie, I'll make sure that that's posted for you today before I leave. And keep working through that animal sketch. Don't give up. This movie's doubled in time, so I spent quite a bit of time doing this. But the really fun part is once you get the main shapes done and you can start going in and putting in muscles and details onto your animal. So keep practicing and have a great Friday. Way to make it through a week of school, guys.